for the great system that you're about to see. As was mentioned, the Urban Chamber of Commerce is going global in 2016. But I want you to realize that this is part of a journey that in the case of Aldelano started nearly 50 years ago, a journey that in the case of the Urban Chamber started about 35 years ago, and then in our recent evolution, maybe 7 years ago, we started to do the work of building businesses to build our community. Building businesses because those businesses can turn around and do three things. First of all, they can address unemployment, giving opportunities to bright young minds like Mr. Mike Goodwin, who's an engineer, and I'm an engineer as well. So when you look at what Aldelano is doing, they're employing people, as he mentioned. In addition to that, we said that businesses would be in a position to put their resources into the community. And I think we all heard of the type of community investor that Aldelano already is. We're grateful for what you've done, not only with KCEP, but above and beyond that, what you've done to help shape the future of the city of Las Vegas and the entire Southern Nevada region. So we applaud that. Thank you very much. The third thing we said that our businesses could do is that they'd be involved in the political advocacy and political engagement to basically do good for the will of the people. So again, it was important to us a couple of years ago to start our journey to build businesses, to build a community. But we didn't want to stop there. What we also recogized is that the Urban Chamber needed to be an engine for economic development, not only domestically, but globally as well. A lot of people talk about connecting to the global economy and make it a trite phrase. We wanted to make it a reality. And so what you're experiencing here today is a milestone in the journey to make it a reality, to connect our Urban Chamber businesses and corporate partners to the global economy. The other thing that I'll toss out there is the fact that I have a background as a military engineer. Retired Lieutenant Colonel, I commanded engineering units both in Iraq and Afghanistan, and I'm here to tell you, I wish we would have had a system or the technology that you will see here today. I see one of my colleagues, she's the strategic advisor for the Urban Chamber, Dr. Donna Thomas Rogers. She's a veteran of the Army, I'm a veteran of the Air Force. The reason why we had soldiers, airmen, Marines experiencing death-defying missions, if you will, was trying to get things as simple as food and water to remote locations. And Coach, when you said what you said about imagine what it's like to be somewhere without water or food, I think back to May 2010 when I was in Afghanistan and they had an attack on the base that was publicized at Bagram Air Base that shut our supply lines down, and all of a sudden taking a shower, getting a glass of water, even cooking food became a challenge that made you take things a little bit more seriously instead of taking them for granted. So I saw and see the military applications for this, but in addition to that, you mentioned FEMA and the contingency applications as well. So what I'm happy to say is that the Urban Chamber has been working with the Governor's Office of Economic Development to do two things: to go forward and work with them in terms of some of the domestic things they want to do in the state of Nevada, but in addition to that, they want to produce some things and then export them to expand and diversify our economy. So what you're doing as Aldelano here today, again, the system that you're about to see, is a perfect concrete example of what GoEd wants to do. So the Urban Chamber is glad to have you as a corporate partner. We're glad to have you participate. I want to say thank you to all our Urban Chamber business members that are part of the Urban Chamber team. And I look forward to us continuing to make this journey to make the impossible possible, to break physics. I like that, I really do. I'm a bit of a geek from time to time. I like that. We're gonna break physics together and then we're gonna export that technology throughout the world. So once again, thank you all for being here. Coach, Mrs. H, thank you for turning this dream into a reality, and we look forward to making the journey to connect what you're doing, not only for our domestic benefit, but for the benefit of those around the world and a global economy. Thank you all very much for being here.
Okay, so next up, we're going to have, oh my goodness, another mentor of both myself, the Tech King and the Tech Queen, the Royal Tech Team. We just completed, not even 2 weeks ago, a business, the BOUD from Clark County. It's for businesses that are, innovative and starting